I was struck by two things in your testimony that I've heard a lot this morning. One of them is the repeated equating of domestic violence and restraining orders. And the fact is, these two things, while related, that people often seek a restraining order because of domestic violence, that's not the only reason. People seek restraining orders for all kinds of reasons. They could be business partners, they could be family members, there could be lots of things. Just to reiterate Representative Dubitsky's comments earlier, any kind of assertion that someone on this panel doesn't care about domestic violence or thinks that women are somehow more likely to lie is absurd. The discussion was about whether or not it is possible for someone to lie and have a restraining order placed against someone else that shouldn't happen. And potentially deprive an innocent person of their ability to defend themselves. That's the concern that we're here for. I also noticed that you, and this is something historic with you, as a matter of fact, you and I have had many debates on many subjects, and you like to make the characterization that people operate in hypotheticals. Well, I have a CT Post article here. Granted, it's from 2010, but I just want to point out three non-hypotheticals. A Bridgeport man that was recently applied for TRO to prevent his future in-laws from coming to his wedding. A Monroe man who applied for a restraining order claiming his wife and his mother-in-law were poisoning his contact lens solution. A man who claimed his neighbor's dog was speaking to him in tongues. So these are three cases of restraining orders that have little to do with protecting someone, or their validity could certainly be questioned. And if we're going to make a determination that someone else's rights should be violated based on those claims, I have grave concerns. So whether or not we agree about whether this goes forward, I don't want anyone to question the legitimate argument that many of us are making, that people's rights matter no matter whether they are the victim, the perpetrator, or we cannot tell the difference, which to me is the biggest concern, is that this particular process could be used to disarm the victim. I missed the opportunity to ask the very nice ladies from the PCSW before whether they had ever witnessed that. But I assure you it does and can happen, that someone who is the abuser can do a restraining order against someone who is the victim. Very often in divorce cases, they are filed as a matter of course just to upset the other party. That is not a mechanism we should be using to deprive anyone of rights. And forgive me for not addressing your concerns directly, Ron. I just wanted an opportunity to rebut your comment about the hypotheticals. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.